Welcome to 2026. I'm so excited, and I feel like this is going to be a lot better year than the last year, I hope. So, I thought today I want to talk about the recruitment process because I have seen, let me just check the sound. Yes. I have seen several of my clients talk about how the recruitment process is working in the private sector, and these are from the experiences, but also from talking to several people from the private sector. And the reason I want to talk about it as soon as the year starts, so that you get to know what is the common practice in the company that you're applying for, so that you can have plenty of time to get ready for it, right? So the challenge with the private sector is that there are a lot of different practices of how the recruitment process is done. And unlike the UN, where we are so used to competency-based interview process, and we just, add certain technical questions on top and feel like we know how to do things. But in the private sector, things might go a lot of diverse ways, starting from not having any process at all and just hiring someone based on certain conversations, to having sophisticated recruitment process where you go through scenario based or game based tests first, and then go to job interview, and then several job interviews type of thing. But the way that I want to categorize it so that you have it all of the different ways, so that you have that overview first, and then I will go and talk about several of the ways that my clients have told me how they have been asked to do the recruitment process, how they went through, and that might be even more useful for you to hear. And by the way, if you'd like to work on this and get ready for it, then you should absolutely join my group coaching, where we're doing this together, and getting ready for the recruitment process for everything that is related to transitioning to the private sector. So the usual one that I think we all know or used to knowing about is the interview process, or the test or video messages, right? So these are the ones that are very common, that the private sector also employs. And in those conversations of interviews or test or video messages, obviously your job is to sell your expertise, to sell yourself in a way that they want to invite you for another job interview, or possibly hiring. The next one is accomplishing a task or solving a problem. And I will talk more about how that looks like in practice. I have like 7 clients' experiences that I want to talk about, so you can see how the accomplishing of a task can look like. And then there is another one, which is a simulation, right? And simulation can be about a particular topic, about a particular sales conversation. So it might be depending on whatever the job you're applying for. And the last one is the sales pitch in the maybe classical form that you can think of. So these are the ways that either the company themselves or the company working with a recruitment agency, and recruitment agency doing this recruitment for the company, right? Now, let's go through some of the ways that my clients have been telling me recently about the way that they have been recruited, or what are the ways that they have been asked to be recruited. And one way was doing a sales conversation for the company in front of the company's recruiting agency. So the way that it looked like is they gave this my client, a scenario of this is a potential client, and here is the deal that we want you to sign or finish, and we would like for you to simulate and see how you will do the sales conversation with a potential client, right? And that's why it was good that we worked through how to do sales conversations and how to close a client and this type of conversation so that they felt ready and in doing the simulation, right? So that's one way. Another client's experience was that the company said, we would like this organization or this company to be our client in our business. And if you can get us a deal in that business, in that organization, then we are going to hire you. And this is a typical client acquisition process that they asked my client to be part of. And if they were able to get the contract with that organization, with that company, then we're hiring you, right? So essentially, the company wanted my client to be paying for her own salary, in other words, right? So that's another practice that also might be getting common nowadays, is how do we get the person hiring, acquiring a client in that particular sector, and then based on that client acquisition, the company hiring. And another one that we did for another client of mine is was that company wanted to expand to a particular area of the city, an area of the country, and they wanted her help in expanding to that place, and they asked her to come up with strategies of how best to do that and what is required to expand, and based on that they hired. Right, so you can see that in the private sector, the recruitment process can take very different turns. I mean, video message as part of a job application process has been also very common recently. I've seen with several of my clients where we have designed how to do the video messaging where you argue for your case essentially, right? And based on that, they will decide whether to hire or not. So I would say, how do you find out about what the recruitment process can look like for the company you are applying for? Obviously, by networking with people who are working in those companies and finding out what is the common way that the company is recruiting, who the recruitment agency is, and what are they looking for, and what processes or practices they are likely to ask, and then start getting ready for that, right? So if the process requires you to do some simulations of client acquisition or simulations of problem solving or accomplishing a task, whatever that might be, then you may need to start getting ready for it, right? So you may need to get ready for feeling comfortable about doing the sales conversation, feeling comfortable about talking to other companies or organizations about client acquisition type of conversation. All of this, you need to start getting ready for it so that when you're actually in that environment, you feel ready to do the work, whatever is required, instead of feeling like you've never done this before, you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to follow the instructions, you don't know whether you can even compete in such environments. And these are the often concerns that my clients have. So that's why in the group coaching, we are discussing how to network effectively with the people from that company so that you start learning about specifically what the company requires in their recruitment process, and then getting ready for that recruitment process, whether it's a job interview, and if the job interview, then what are the questions they might ask, and also what are the answers they're looking for. And if it's a simulation, then how to handle that simulation, right? And if it's a task that they want you to accomplish in a particular period of time with a certain company, with a certain client acquisition process that they have, then how do you start working on it instead of having a lot of these fears, worries, and a lot of the insecurities that may come up as you goes through this process. So, my dears, this is just for you to remind yourself that if you are transitioning to the private sector, then it is a high time to get the networking going, and also get more information about how the hiring process, recruitment process is, talking to that to the agency who's hiring in case that's the case, and also getting yourself comfortable doing simulations, getting yourself comfortable doing job interviews, and also getting yourself comfortable participating in that client acquisition process. And if you would like to do this work together with me, and we're doing simulations as well to get you ready and comfortable doing sales conversations, comfortable doing the like selling your expertise, and doing the networking where you're doing the selling as well. All of this we are doing in our group. So if you'd like my help and doing this with a group of up to 10 people, then you should absolutely join. We are starting on 14th January. And until then, as I said, I'm giving out individual sessions free of charge to those who join now so that we can get you ready before even the group starts. So have a beautiful start of the year. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.